everyone. So last night I went to an advanced screening of the new Fantastic Four movie at Cineworld near me. On the way there, I wasn't sure if I was excited to go and see it or if I was apprehensive to go and see it because, I mean, this has been done before. 3 more times, in fact. 3 past times they've tried to make Fantastic Four. So I went in, bought myself some popcorn, watched it. And I want to start this review with asking you guys a question. You can comment in the YouTube parts below and I will write back. Why can't they make a good Fantastic Four movie? This has been their 4th attempt. First of all, you had Fantastic Four in 1994. That was made on a budget of 1.5 million. It was made by someone that had the rights to it and was worried about losing the rights because it would take them so long, so they done a quick movie of the Fantastic Four, £1.5 million. All of these stats, by the way, I'm getting from IMDb. And it was an absolute flop. It was a terrible film, and if you can get a copy of it, it's worth getting a copy just to laugh at. Next was 2005's Fantastic Four by 20th Century Fox. Again, it was a bit of a flop. £100 million was spent on it, and let me just check. Gross worldwide was 329 million. So it's not seen as a total flop because they at least doubled what they spent on the movie. But it wasn't a very good movie. It was very poor and I thought very childish. Next up was Fantastic Four, Rise of the Silver Surfer. This was 2 years later. They spent 130 million on it this time. So an extra 30 million, but this was considered as an absolute flop as it only made 277 million worldwide. It wasn't great. It perhaps was the start of Chris Evans' career as the Human Torch, Johnny Storm, but it was, again, a very crap movie is the only way to put it. Especially in this movie, you had them using two fantastic characters from the Marvel space universe. You had the Silver Surfer himself, who they made actually very boring, and you had Galactus, who you didn't even see in the movie. You see a shadow of him, but you didn't even see Galactus. I mean, if you're using a character of that stature, I would have had him in mostly every scene. He's a fantastic character. Okay, enough of the past Silver Surfer and the past Fantastic Four. Let's talk about the 2015 20th Century Fox Fantastic Four movie. So the cinema was packed for this advanced screening. I can't tell you how much was actually spent on the making of the movie because it's not on IMDb, but it had Miles Teller as Reed Richards. He's done quite a few films before. I hadn't seen many of his films, and I don't know much about him. The one I was looking forward to was the character Victor Von Doom, obviously Doctor Doom, was Toby Kebbell. I was quite looking forward to see how they was going to portray Doctor Doom in this film because the first Doctor Doom in the first Fantastic Four, well, not the first, but the 2005 Fantastic Four, I didn't think was very good. And Doctor Doom has actually always been one of my favourite villains. He could bring a lot to a film, and I was hoping to see that. The director, Josh Trank, he's only ever done Chronicle as written and directed. This is his second movie. I thought it was quite a big movie to be given someone who didn't really have a massive movie career yet. But there you go, that's 20th Century Fox for you. What I can say for this movie, I'm going to sum it up in a couple of words. Absolute garbage. The film is too long and drawn out. You sit through the first hour or so of the movie waiting for something to happen. It is the origin backstory of a Fantastic Four. There's been 3 movies before this. People know the origin story of Fantastic Four. Why don't they just make one of these superhero movies where they just jump in where the character is already the superhero and we don't have to see the backstory? Maybe do that in a number 2, the backstory, or a prequel. Why do we need to sit through all this again? They changed the way that these guys get their powers. I'm not going to give anything away, but it's changed from the other Fantastic Four movies. Next up is just the whole movie seems to be focused around Reed Richards, who happens to be, in my opinion, one of the most boring characters in this film. You've got some other great characters that seem to show little flares of greatness, but you don't hear enough about them. The whole movie is centered around Reed Richards. him fucking up and him trying to fix it. It's very boring. The dialogue in this movie is very linear. It's very straight. There's hardly any funny moments which you expect to see from a Marvel movie, and they're very boring. It just doesn't mesh together. There's not enough of the characters forming a bond in this movie. It jumps. You see the movie in the past, the movie at present, or at present time, then so many weeks in the future, then a year in the future. There's too many jumping. It's not a consistent storyline for the movie. There's so many plot holes which don't make sense when you look at it and go, well, if he can do that, why is he not doing that in this scene? It just doesn't make sense. It's full of horrible little plot holes, character flaws, and as I said, Doctor Doom, I was waiting to see Doctor Doom, and when you see him, he looks very poor. He does not look like Doctor Doom. Saying that, even the rest of the Fantastic Four suits don't look great. The costume design of this movie is terrible. It just seems like nothing worked for this movie. So that's poor dialogue, character flaws, plot hole flaws, poor costume design. Overall, this movie was terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's all I can say. It's just another attempt at a movie that doesn't work. Perhaps just give this movie to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the people that have done Iron Man, that have done the Avengers, and let them make a decent movie. Because 20th Century Fox, you haven't got a clue. I give this movie a 3 out of 10. And the only reason I'm giving it such a high number is that there were moments of greatness with a few of the fight scenes, and the CGI was pretty good. That's it. 3 out of 10. I personally wouldn't recommend this film to anyone. So just going through a few of my superhero films. This is not even all of them, this is just a few. And one thing you can notice here, there isn't any Fantastic Four. There's a reason for that. There's a reason there's no Fantastic Four movies here. Because they've all been shocking.